And here is the Writer's Almanac for Monday. It's the 17th of August, 2020. It was on this date, 1982, the first compact discs for commercial release were manufactured in Germany. CDs originally designed to store and play back sound recordings, later modified to store data. The first CD commercially produced, sold on this date, was ABBA's 1981 album, The Visitors. It's the birthday of Evan S. Connell, 1924, Kansas City, author of the novels Mrs. Bridge and Mr. Bridge. It's the birthday of the mystery writer Steve Hockensmith, born Louisville, 1968, best known for his Holmes on the Range series of cowboy mysteries. It's the birthday of the Irish writer Oliver St. John Gogarty, Dublin, 1878. He was a surgeon and a throat specialist, but he preferred writing poetry and plays and semi-autobiographical novels like As I Was Going Down Sackville Street and Tumbling in the Hay and It Isn't This Time of Year at All. He was a sort of friend of James Joyce and the inspiration for the character Buck Mulligan in Ulysses, much to Dr. Gogarty's annoyance. He did not take James Joyce seriously as a writer. He liked Yeats much better, so it irritated him when people reminded him of who Buck Mulligan really was. It's the birthday of the poet Ted Hughes, born in West Riding, Yorkshire, 1930. First collection came out in 1957, The Hawk in the Rain. Ted Hughes became known for his dramatic mythological themes, sometimes writing from the point of view of animals, especially crow. Married the poet Sylvia Plath in 1956, who committed suicide 7 years later. He administered her literary estate, didn't talk about her publicly until his collection of poems, Birthday Letters, came out in 1998. It's the birthday of the writer who said, between two evils, I like to pick the one I haven't tried before. Mae West, born Brooklyn, 1893. Davy Crockett, born on this day 1786 in Greene County, Tennessee, served 3 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives and was defeated by a lawyer named Andrew Huntsman who had a peg leg. Davy Crockett said, "Since you have chosen to elect a man with a timbered toe to succeed me, you may all go to hell and I will go to Texas." And he left the next day and was killed the following year at the Battle of the Alamo. Here's a poem by Grace Paley entitled Winter Afternoon. Old men and women walk by my window. They're frightened. It's icy winter time. They take small steps. They're looking at their feet. They're glad to be going. They hate the necessity. Sometimes the women wear heels. Why do they do this? The old women's heads are bent. They see their shoes, which are often pointy. These shoes were made for crossed legs in the evening, pointing. Sometimes the old men walk a dog. The dog moves too fast. The man stands still. The dog stands still. The smells come to the dog floating from the square earth of the plane tree, from the tires of cars at rest. All this interesting life and adventure comes to the waiting dog. The man doesn't know this. The street is too icy. Old women in pointy shoes and high heels pass him, their necks in fur collars bent, their eyes watch their small, slippery feet. A poem entitled Winter Afternoon by Grace Paley. That's the Writer's Almanac, funded by donations from listeners like you, now available on PRX for distribution by your local radio station. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.